Welcome to Bent TV. I'm Jess, and tonight I'm joined by Spiro Economopoulos, who's the Program Manager at the Melbourne Queer Film Festival. Spiro, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me here, Jess.
Now, the Melbourne Queer Film Festival kicking off on the 31st of March through till the 11th of April.
That's right.
And you've got a fantastic program lined up.
We're really excited about this year's program. We're bringing in a lot of new strands, and this is obviously my first year doing this, and it's been an amazing experience.
That's great. And what I'm really keen to talk to you about tonight is the Australian features that you've got in this year's program.
It's a really, really strong program this year, I have to say, starting with our centrepiece, which is Remembering the Man. And for those of you who don't know, Remembering the Man is a documentary about the very well-loved memoir Holding the Man by Timothy Gonnegrave. Obviously, we saw the film last year about that. And Remembering the Man is basically very rare sort of footage, interviews with Timothy and his partner John, and their friendship circle that were in their lives. And I think that's what I really loved about the documentary. It's something that I had seen a little while back and I've been pursuing for a while, so I was very excited to get it for MQFF. And I think if you're a fan of the book, as I was, I think what really struck me about the book was that really wonderful friendship circle they had and this community around them that championed, this relationship and, the love story, basically. And I think the film, as inevitably sad as it is a celebration of their love and their relationship. It's really powerful.
Great. And where's it set?
Well, it's a Melbourne story, and
okay.
I think what's really, so I think for Melburnians in particular, it's going to be, there's a lot of familiar sort of people in it and settings. And it sort of chronicles the advent of HIV/AIDS in Australia, which is another really interesting element of the film. So it's an interesting look at that experience here, which we haven't really seen in a lot of films before. So.
Yeah, it hasn't really taken much of a stage, that story, has it?
No, and obviously people that are familiar with the film and the book, I think the documentary will be, I think, a surprise and will offer a new perspective on that story.
Great.
Yeah.
So what else is there?
We have a really strong Australian shorts package. The Australian shorts is always something that is a big focus at MQFF. We always, it sells out all the time every time we have the program. And this year, I have to say, I'm really excited about the films we have. And also for the first time, we have 3 awards for the shorts, which is really exciting. We've got which would be great for the filmmakers, obviously, and MQFF. Champion Australian film, and I think this is an opportunity to do that. A lot of the filmmakers in the past that have been in the Shorts Awards have gone off to successful film careers, and so it's a really great stepping ground for them, basically.
Great. And how do you judge the awards?
We have a judging panel. Obviously, we have a lot of entries that come in through the year. We get lots of entries that come through the year. But we've got a really fantastic team who are the judges for it, so
great.
We'll see who wins.
Yes, that will be exciting.
Yeah.
And so if you wanted to go and see all the shorts, can you get a festival pass or something that would enable you to see them all?
we have festival passes, The shorts, the Australian shorts in particular, are on the second last night of the festival, basically. And we've got a special event this year because obviously we have the short screenings and an awards presentation afterwards, which is really exciting. Hopefully we'll have a lot of the filmmakers there. We have also a special MQFF film lab for the participants in the Australian Awards package, which is something that we're bringing in this year, which we're really excited about as well.
That does sound exciting. And so where else are some of the Australian films set across the country?
We have another really strong documentary. It's a very strong documentary focus, actually. In particular, a documentary called Scrum. And Scrum is about, if you're a fan of rugby, it's about the Sydney Convicts. I'm not a massive rugby fan, I have to kind of just put it out there, but I think it's a really strong documentary, even if you're not a fan of rugby, because it's about the people that are involved in this game, particularly this group of men who come from very different backgrounds. And I think what's really wonderful about this documentary is the portraits he creates around these men, and obviously that the game for them becomes a place for them to feel like they belong, and it's a real sense of community, and it's quite moving, and it's beautifully filmed as well. It's got a real strong visual sensibility. It's a very strong documentary.
What about films?
We don't have any feature films. We possibly could have some surprise ones, which I don't want to talk about.
Okay.
But, we have another documentary called Echo Homo, which is a music documentary, actually, about a very well-known Melbourne musician and celebrity who was around in the 80s and had a lot to do with people like Michael Hutchence, and Bono had his own musical career. But it's an interesting documentary ultimately about identity and the way this character's identity shifts throughout his career. It's a really interesting doco. I won't say too much about it. I feel like it's something that's sort of a good discovery.
Tell us about the venue. So it's ACMI.
ACMI is one of our main venues. We're also showing films at Kino Cinemas.
Okay.
And we also, this year, which is really excited about, is we're going, MQFF is going a bit north side, and so we're going to be screening at the Nova as well.
Oh, fabulous.
So that's going to be really good.
So what's the best way to get tickets?
I'd say the best way is to go on our website. So that's where you can buy tickets. And obviously things have already started selling out. This year for the first time, we pre-released 8 titles, and one of them was Remembering the Man, actually. And they're going off. So you've got to get your tickets quick. So
Remembering the Man, not sold out yet?
It's on standby at the moment, but I think hopefully we're going to maybe release some other tickets for it.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Great. And it sounds like it's a good way to go with those festival passes as well, if
you're
keen to see a few.
They are, yeah. And like, you know, I'm obviously, I'm not prejudiced here, but there's a lot of really good films in there.
Yeah.
So you got to get in there.
Great. Well, thanks so much for joining us, Spiro.
Thank you.
You've been watching Bent TV, and I'm Jess. See you next time.
Physically, I think I was designed for contact sports. I was playing for another club here in Sydney. They found out that I was gay.
They're coming for you. They're calling you out.
I didn't fit in. It hurt a lot.
You're more than a team, you're brothers. So be there for your man.
I didn't go back.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
We're here to win the Bingham Cup.
They haven't earned shit.
I intensely wanted to play.
We have to pick the best 25.
There was always somebody putting me down or telling me I couldn't do it.
I couldn't understand how I could be gay and be a good sportsman.
Convicts forever, forever a fucking convict.